Hello everybody and welcome to Minecraft Tech Wars. You may be asking who the hell am I and why the hell is this a tech war? And let me explain my backstory and how the bloody hell I got here and what's going on. Basically, I used to be a top scientist for the government. In this world, there is a lot of highly developed scientific technology and some of it has gotten into the hands of terrorists and other governments, and that's bad. These people are out of control, and I worked for a force that developed our own technology to counter these terrorists and to stop horrific attacks on the general public and all that sort of thing. I was one of their top employees. I developed so many advanced technologies for them, some of which I'll show you in a minute. And things were going great. I loved my job and I loved, helping the country I worked for. But one day, recently, about a few months ago, I came into the office and they said that I was being dismissed because of dangerous experiments. Basically, these cowards weren't willing to push the boundaries to save, the people. They weren't willing to go that extra mile. My experiments weren't dangerous. Yeah, I was messing around with cloning and other opening vortexes and stuff, but it was all for a good cause. I nearly had teleportation down. Can you imagine what that would have done? And they fired me. They took everything. They didn't give me a pension. So I'm pissed. But you know what? It's fine. I'm doing my own thing now. I'm going to continue my experiments without them. The only problem is the government did give me a ton of funding. And you need money to do these kind of crazy experiments. I need a lot of stuff. And I need some lab assistants to work for me and all sorts of things. So I've had to start from scratch, basically. I did manage to nick a few things from the place I worked for just before I left, a few bits and pieces. It was my lab after all. They let me clean it out and take, within reason, stuff. But I was still pissed off. And the rest of it, I've used my money to create F-Labs. Because I have a massive ego and I want to name it after myself. In F-Labs, I just want to experiment and make some cool ass stuff. And I've got a plan. I've got a plan on how I'm going to do this. Basically, money is the biggest issue here. My brain power and my knowledge of science and being able to create these things is there with time anyway. The thing I need most of is money. And my game plan for getting money is I'm going to create drugs. Because it's so easy to do and you get so much money from it. So this is my general open office space for now. There is sometimes sheep on top of here, but we need to make sure that doesn't happen again. But look at the view. Not gonna lie, this place wasn't cheap to get put up. I have spent a decent amount of my savings on it, so we need to get this operation up and running ASAP. So, downstairs I have some stuff set up and ready to go. We've got a little bit of basic power, but there's a lot of stuff we need to get ready and set up. Mrs. Jones, I've tasked to just sort some stuff out for me. Got myself a nice secretary. She's really good at her job, actually. Hey, hello there, boss. I have things set up and ready just as you asked. Everything is down in the basement, ready for you to start your new projects. And I have the accounts up, ready to deal with our finances. Good, I need that, because that's a big thing. You said you wanted to seem above board, so I'm working out a front for us to launder our money through now. It may take a while. Awesome, that's good. Basically, obviously, with selling illegal products, we're going to have a lot of money coming in, and the government's going to be like, where's this money coming from? So I'm going to have to she's going to have to try and find a business model that makes it look like we're earning our money legit and paying our taxes, when in reality, we're not selling any products and we're just shipping stuff around. It's going to be a tricky, but that's the only way I'm going to be able to fly under the radar. Thanks. There's no rush though. The lab's going to take a while to get running fully. We've got a bunch of stuff to set up. Okay then, sir, when I have some suitable ideas, I'll let you know. I'll obviously run the business under a pseudonym, so that the government doesn't know you're behind it. Any ideas on what you'd like? Oh, man. Oh, I want it to be something really cool. But not too obvious. Maybe not a scientist. I'll have to think of that, actually, and come back to it. But yeah, that's like a really cool, some cool initials, maybe. Okay, as you will, sir. Is there anything else you'd like me to do before I carry on? Well, the door at the front seems a bit, I don't know, it's just a wooden door. We need to get that fixed. For now, can we just get some bodyguards, just so that no one can just wander in here and steal the stuff? Because we are kind of out of the way, but you never know. Of course, sir, I'll get right on it. I assume they're not to know what's going on inside the facility and simply to be doormen. Yes, I don't really want anyone in here, for now, knowing, what's down in this lab. They're not allowed past this lobby. They'll still get paid pretty well. I've got a decent amount saved up from... The government did pay me handsomely. I got a couple of million, but... I mean, honestly, this framework for this area and the construction work was a few million down. It's an expensive thing. It really is. Oh, sweet. So my laboratory equipment's here, so I can tinker with stuff. Oh, cool. We got my syringes. Oh man, these have had some good uses. Oh, my cutting set. These are mine. They should be in somewhere different. My defrib for when I accidentally kill people, but it's fine. This sorts some stuff out. Oh, the old chemistry set. I haven't used these in a while, actually, the alchemy sets, but hopefully I'll get back to them soon. Right, the main stuff we need to work on today and to get going is some more power and machinery and such. Okay, so for now we have this fairly primitive setup, but I only had X amount of stuff I could get going to begin with. So we've got this big energy cube attached to some wind turbines upstairs. We probably want to boost that soon with some solar panels and stuff. I like renewable energy. I think it's a good way to be. I'm not about destroying the planet, right? You know, there's no it's not necessary. Nuclear power is also incredibly like strong. There's no need to be burning all these fossil fuels and stuff. It's just such a waste. They're much better use within graphene and that sort of stuff. So we've got this set up. We've got my old faithful, my best invention ever, the digital miner. I created this for the government and it saved them countless money. God forbid, I wasn't going to let them keep this. So I've taken this with me and we're hopefully going to get this set up today so we can mine all the stuff we need to start building my lab to produce the chemicals, to produce the drugs that I want to sell. And maybe test a little bit. So let's have a look. It's going to be a long process to get there. I also want my own applied energetic system to store all the items and transfer everything automatically. It's going to be a big setup. So we've got all this stuff here that we need to get going. And we need to be able to just print a whole bunch of stuff. So we need to break down stuff with the decomposer and then reprint it together with the synthesizer. So what are these? Oh, these are the raw elements. Okay, cool. And these are what we want to make. So we want to make, where is it? I can't remember what it's called now exactly. The chemical name anyway. Oh, these are just the elements, right? Sorry, we need to make these. Was it this one? Maybe. Some of these are ones, some of these will instantly kill you and others have pretty good uses. So we're going to try and make, I've got my list of drugs I want to create soon. But basically methamphetamine, pretty much. Is the go-to one. A bit of cocaine should be fairly easy to chemically produce, and it's worth a ton of money. Sell it all to those party animals, and you know what? I don't care if it gets people killed because it's worth the money. And you know what? A few people died in my experiments. It's no biggie. So we managed to nick a bunch. Well, I say nick a bunch. I bought some of this, and I procured some from the old lab storage. We should have everything we need to get going and get this stuff set up. So we can probably get the digital miner set up pretty soon, but I want to get a basic wall of machines going as well. So where are we going to put this digital miner? I think I might just put it here for now. Oh, look at that bad boy. And it should be able to digital mine that way. And we'll just be able to collect all the stuff we want. It mines it to bedrock as well. So hopefully we can... But let's see if it actually can power up now. I think we've got some cables here somewhere as well. There we go. I do need a wrench, actually. We need to get a bunch of stuff set up. Actually, why am I putting it there? See, this is where there's a problem. I don't have a wrench. Right, we need to make some stuff, because I don't even have a wrench. Let's make a wrench for now. I can't remember which one. Oh, God, which wrench is it? The mechanism wrench. This one, thermal expand... Crescent hammer, I think, is the one we need. That requires iron... Oh, God, we don't have any... Oh, no, iron, and iron. We can use tin instead, but I'm not going to use tin. Because I don't have any tin. That's one thing I actually forgot to get hold of, but hopefully we don't need much. We'll just quickly make ourselves a crescent hammer. Hopefully that does the trick. And we got our first thing built then. It's like this, wasn't it? Oh, crap. Oh, it does definitely need tin. Tin. Well, we're going to have to do with... Well, we have to get the digital miner up and running and then use some tin. Unless it can use this wrench. That's a stone gear. I don't think a Buildcraft wrench is going to work, though, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to take this stuff out of here. I want to get applied energetic systems up and running as well, because I was working on storing dimensions in cubes, and it was very useful. It was very useful for space confinement and creating worlds within worlds. It was a good project, that. So yeah, we're going to do that. Right, so what do we need to begin with? As I can't make the wrench, it doesn't matter too much. We need to make some mechanism machines. Because it is the most efficient and energy useful machine. So mechanism. So we want to make an enrichment chamber to begin with. So we need a bunch of steel casings. Oh god, and to make the steel casings we need the basic smelting factory. Wait, hang on. Steel casings. So we need to make some steel. Not the volt steel. Because steel is the biggest bitch to make. So we need an enrichment chamber. That's it. Oh, that is the enrichment chamber. So why do you need steel to make the enrichment chamber? That doesn't seem to make sense. Sorry, we need the metallurgic infuser first, because that can infuse the compressed carbon or just charcoal with some iron into steel dust. So we need to get ourselves a metallurgic infuser, which we can make easily. Furnace, osmium ingot, iron. Okay, we can make this bad boy. Right, so metallurgic infuser first. We'll get that one. Metallurgic. So there we go. Oh god, there's some more Minechem stuff. Right, so let's get this on the ball. So we need some stone. We need some redstone, some iron, and what else do we need? And a little bit of osmium. That's lapis. Osmium. Right, so let's make this bad boy. We just need to break these down into regular ingots for a minute, and some redstone, and some more iron ingots. We're gonna get for a lot. In fact, I might as well just do this for the whole stack. We're gonna need a lot of iron. Furnaces first. Just get 2 of these things, and then we shall get 1 metallurgic infuser. Right. Step 1 complete, and hopefully you should be able to plug this bad boy in, and it should have power. Awesome, it's got power. We can upgrade this later on. So this will help us make steel. So we need to put coal. Oh, actually, I probably want 2 of these because we're going to want to enrich iron. So if I have a look up at enriched iron, in fact, yeah, enriched iron. Oh god, that's not one. Enriched alloys, enriched iron. So that's coal and iron, and this is redstone and iron. So we probably want 2 metallurgic infusers, 1 for each job. We got the stuff, so we should just do it, right? It makes sense to. So we'll make 2 of these, easy peasy, and we'll make 2 more metallurgic infusers. And then we can use them to enrich stuff. Right, wait. Do I need an enrichment chamber for that, actually? Enrich, or do I want, I don't even know if I need 2. Fuck it, we'll make 2. We've got the stuff for it. Oh god, I can't even spell it now. There we go. Right. We'll get 2. It can't hurt, right? We've got the power. Well, the wind turbines should generate the power for this. So we've got the metallurgic infusion. Then we need the enrichment chamber, which we need some enriched stuff for. Enrichment chamber. So this one requires the redstone and the steel casing, which is what we can't get. And the basic circuits. Oh god. Not that basic circuit. We want the basic circuit board, electronic circuit board. Mechanism, there we go, which is redstone and osmium. So yeah, we do need a few of these. Well, we can get some of these circuits up and running. So we'll get some redstone and osmium in this compressor. Redstone. I probably should have compressed. Oh no, infuser. Sorry, we need the enricher next, which increases the amount of stuff. So steel dust. That's wrong steel. Oh, we can make. Oh yeah, another thing with Minechem was we can make any item we want out of thin air. So I'll just say thin out from existing materials. It's just a bit of effort, right? Just waiting for the right. There we go. So the steel dust is made via coal and enriched iron. Enriched iron is charcoal and iron, right? Simple. So we'll get the block of coal in this bad boy. If we even need a block of coal, I don't think we do. But okay, a block of coal doesn't work. So we need to got these. I forgot how loud these machines are. Let me just. I can't remember. It's not that one. No, it's not that one. Nope, it's not. Oh, there we go. Right, sorry. Just so we're not deafened by machines constantly. Because we don't want that. You won't be able to hear what I'm bloody saying. Okay, there we go. Right, so we're going to get some coal in here. Chuck it in with some iron ingots. And we should... Oh, that doesn't give you very much, does it? This is why you need the enrichment chamber to increase the amount you can get. So we'll chuck some more in it. Oh, that's much quieter now. Perfect. Right, so we're going to need a bunch of enriched iron. And then we need to enrich that. So some more circuits. Let's get some more redstone. We're going to want a couple of these circuits, at least. And let's get a few more osmium ingots. They cooked up pretty quick, actually. Let's see how the energy's doing. If this can actually... It's still maxed out. Okay, so the 2 wind turbines are enough to power these 2, which is good to know. They are pretty powerful. I wanted to build some solar panel farms and stuff up top later, but for now, power seems good. I was also thinking about a nuclear reactor, but that needs quite a bit of stuff to get going as well. We may need a little bit more redstone, actually. We got lots, and we can digitally mine more, so we don't have to worry about having to manually crawl down bloody holes and use... Or even use quarries that just completely ravage the earth and make giant holes. I may be crazy to some people and like make a lot of horrible mistakes and injure people, but I for one do not want to mess up the environment. That's not about me. I'm not about... Some countries have just ruined the environment. I've been very on the environmental front. You know, that's why I've chosen this very clean bay, and I intend to keep it naturally preserved. Well, that lump of rock there does need to go because it's a bit of an eyesore. But in general, look, there's the seals and stuff in here. Is that a shark? I don't even know. I might get myself like an underwater dome to look at the fish. I'm really into that sort of thing. It's just, I like it a lot. So I'm not completely evil. I really do care about the environment. And I did force the government to change a lot of their policies to try and make companies pay for completely ravaging areas of land. Because it's just not okay. So I think if we take the enriched iron and put it in here, it should make steel dust. It's kind of slow at the moment, but we can speed this up eventually with some upgrades. So we'll get ourselves some steel dust to make the enrichment chamber, right. So we've got the circuits, we've got the redstone, we've got the iron. So all we need now is the steel casing. So we just need a few of these ingots. Oh, and I need a way to smelt it as well. So I could just use a furnace, but I'm going to use a smelter. Not an alloy smelter. We're going to use a basic smelting factory. Or an energized smelter to begin with even. Which also requires a steel... Okay, I'm going to have to use a shitty furnace. It's fine. We can do that. I can live with one shitty furnace. But yeah, we're going to move away from chests pretty quickly into applied energistics because I like applied energistics. And just having all my stuff stored digitally, just so much easier to deal with. Right, what was I making? Oh, I need to cook up the steel manually. That was it. Let's get the steel dust and just whack this in here with some coal. I think we can put a block of coal in here. We can. It burns for quite a lot longer. And we should be... So how much do we need to make a steel casing on this bad boy? It's 4 steel ingots and an osmium ingot and some glass.